AI is already taking over the world and there's nothing we can do about it. And truthfully, we shouldn't want to. Because this isn't some sci-fi apocalypse BS. It's progress. AI is catching tumors. It's writing resumes, booking flights, and making decisions in seconds. Meanwhile, the average person is broke, horny, drowning in debt, and somehow still saying, now's not the right time, and being a pussy. But here's the strange part. It's not even a threat. It's a tool. Despite being faced with all the irrefutable proof in the world, most people still hesitate. They fear it, dismiss it, and pretend it's not real. That's cognitive bias at play. Our brains are wired to cling to what's familiar, even when something better is right in front of us. Noah, for instance, was skeptical. He thought AI would just take over and leave him with nothing meaningful to do. But then he realized he was never out of the equation. He was the one giving direction, making creative decisions, setting the vision. Just like when he moved from hand drawing to digital art, or from grinding through YouTube edits to building faster with smart tools, like using my AI-generated voice, for instance, for these sorry-ass intros. You see, AI didn't replace him. It freed him. And that's the part most people don't get. This isn't about losing control. It's about gaining leverage, because the people who embrace this now, they're moving faster, thinking bigger, and creating more than ever before. The ones who don't, they'll get left behind or stuck in the past, watching the future pass them by.
Alright, so it's no surprise that AI has already taken over our daily lives. Like, if you look everywhere around you, it's being integrated in all realms. For example, and this is kind of a little bit extreme, horses used to be our main way of getting around in our form of transportation, but now we evolved to like cars, and now Ubers, and now cars that can even drive on their own without people being in there. Or another example is that we went from standing in lines for goods and services to now literally ordering things online. Like, I'll tell you guys, I normally don't like to go out and do grocery shopping by myself or just taking time out of my day to go grab food. In fact, I am the type to do my grocery shopping online. And so I'll use the Whole Foods delivery service app to have someone drive over there and bring my groceries to me, because that saves me time and it's 2 times faster than me going from aisle to aisle, picking out exactly what I want. But I rather do it in the most effective and fastest way possible. And that's what AI gives us the opportunity to do. And like, I can name so many examples. Remember paper maps, like how people would literally have a map right in front of their face to read off where they're gonna go? That's been replaced by GPS, or doing math by hand. But now we got calculators. But I don't see anybody complaining about that. Or in terms of school, for some of you guys that are in school, and I know like a good majority of my audience are probably like college students or whatnot, but schoolwork used to be done by purchasing books and using, well, this is a chalkboard, but regular boards like this to do assignment. Now with the use of AI, people are now using ChatGPT to finish assignments and learn things much faster. And I know I'm going on an example tangent, but let me just mention one more example just so you guys get the point. Even in the healthcare field, AI is now detecting cancerous tumors earlier and more accurately than some doctors. Like, bro, lives are literally being saved right now because of the use of AI. Like, it surprises me how much people sleep on this thing when it's being used in almost every single domain of life. Even in terms of law, like, I don't know if you guys heard of this, but there was a court hearing or a case where a guy showed up with an AI generated lawyer. Even though that got turned into a meme, it goes to show you the fact that someone even tried that goes to show where this is heading. This tech isn't slowing down anytime soon. It's just the beginning, hence the title of the video. And as you're watching this video right now, it's getting smarter by the minute. And I get it. It's scary how advanced and how fast these things are advancing. And this is where people start having panic attack talking about, oh, AI is gonna take over my job. But bro, listen, just listen for a second. AI is not gonna entirely take over your job unless you let it. And for those of you who use this Terminator robot dystopian scenario where they take over society, it's not gonna happen that way either. It's actually here to make your life a lot easier, like a lot of these modern inventions do. It's literally no different. Here's a good example. It's like having a personal assistant that never sleeps and works at the speed of light. But just like any assistant, it needs a leader. It needs someone to tell them what to do, how to navigate certain things, and how to brainstorm, edit, design, or write. But if you don't guide it, then it's completely useless. For example, I use ChatGPT to help me draft this video. If you keep noticing my eyes are darting back and forth, it's because I'm reading off of a script that I told ChatGPT to formulate for me. Like, of course, some of the things that I'm saying are from my own words, but I have a habit of like derailing from what I'm saying or going on a whole side tangent, kind of like how I'm doing right now. But the fact of the matter is, I tell it specifically to add my own sauce in it, to add my own like bread and butter in terms of how I speak, because the algorithm's really good. Like, it can literally formulate a speech pattern similar to the way that I talk, so that way it feels more like me. It feels like a human being wrote it, you know what I mean? But for the most part, these things mostly come from my head, and it just helps me do the groundwork without me having to waste as much time scripting. So that's already out of the way. Or even like the thumbnail that you guys see with me and the robots in the background, that was AI generated. But guess what? The AI, although it made like the base models, character models and whatnot, I still go into things like Canva to revise it and redesign some of these things to how I see fit into my own vision. And I can also attribute this to me being able to draw and all that other stuff. I'll put some pictures on the screen so you guys can see that I actually know how to draw. So I have some experience in the back end that helps me utilize AI to my advantage. And that's the thing I want you guys to understand. It's not about being replaced, but it's about getting things done 2 times faster and cleaner. Because a lot of the times we have things that we want to do to move the goal forward in our goals, but we have monotonous tasks that we don't want to do and wish we could delegate it to somebody else, or wish we had enough time to do. And that's what AI allows you to do. It's an opportunity of a lifetime, so that way you don't have to do X, Y, and Z all the time. It makes work a hell of a lot easier than you just doing it all by yourself originally. And the thing is, bro, the people who work with AI are the ones who are gonna win, whilst everyone else, they'll be stuck trying to catch up while the game's already being changed. And the game has been changed for a good while now. It's just being more at the forefront now for you guys to see right in front of you, rather than rumors being talked about AI this, AI that. Like, it's literally like you see the change right in front of you. We're literally living in the future, and you got to stop letting this fear hold you back, because until the fear of remaining the same can far away the fear of change, then you're always going to remain the same, and you're going to be like that old rusted typewriter that people used to use back in the 60s and 50s, just rotting away when everybody else is moving to like computers and hyper fast things that make their day-to-day lives easier. Now, here's what I predict what you're going to say, right? You're probably thinking, well, Noah, this sounds dangerous. What if it gets out of control? I'm not gonna lie, I feel you, but let's not pretend. Let's call it for what it is. It's not new. People have been scared of change since the very dawn of time. The difference now is that it's more machine-based versus it being more like industrial and things like that, which it kind of goes hand in hand. But the thing I'm trying to say is that it's more like computer-based rather than like industrialized stuff. Just understand that people would just be fear-mongering. A lot of people like to bring up the Terminator or iRobot, how AI is going to destroy the world, and people just run with that propaganda without questioning anything or looking at a different angle or perspective of how this could benefit us. And with this line of thinking, it creates more harm than good, because it creates this black and white way of thinking and narrative, and this doom and gloom mindset, like it's either a paradise or an apocalypse. But life isn't that simple. And the way I perceive it personally, there's like a gray area to these things, right? And this is where most growth happens, because yeah, like I've acknowledged before, change is scary, but it's also exciting at the same time. And the reason why it's exciting is because it forces you to adapt. And fear only wins when you let it freeze you. But when you shift your perception, and yes, perception is everything, and lean into reality instead of running away from it, you unlock doors you didn't even realize ever existed. So with me saying that, stop running away from it and lean more into it in a way that's going to evolve your life in ways you would have never imagined, because that's what AI is here to do. It's here to make your life easier, not take it over, but make it easier. Just like every other modern day convenient invention, like the dishwasher. Start figuring out in your own life. I can't tell you how AI can make your life better. I can just give you examples. Start figuring out how you can utilize AI to your advantage to make your life better. People are literally becoming millionaires from this shit already. And that brings me to my last talking point, because I don't want this video to drag on for too long. Adaptation is not optional anymore. You feel what I'm saying? It's the difference between becoming the best version of yourself or getting left behind, which if you are subscribed to me, you do want to become the best version of yourself, so you should probably hit the subscribe button. W plug, right? But to make this make more sense, think of the world as like an iPhone, right? The world updates like an iPhone. There's always a new version out every year, and there's always faster systems and heavy emphasis on systems to help you get to your goals. Because there's a quote from James Clear that I want to just address real quick. He said something along the lines of, we don't rise to the levels of our goals, we fall to the levels of our systems. Systems is the key indicator that helps you get to the goal in a smooth fashion. And so if you're still clinging on to these old school ideas of success and getting work done like it's some badge of honor, then bro, the reality is you're not ahead, but you're behind. Like, I get it, it's still good to keep these traditional old traits, but try to integrate it into modern life to make your life easier. You gotta understand that there's no pride in being stubborn when the world is sprinting past you. Embracing AI doesn't mean losing who you are. It means enhancing what you do. And that's why I've been heavily emphasizing throughout this entire video. It also means creating more, stressing less. And finally, keeping up in a world that doesn't slow down for anybody. I need you guys to understand that. The world is always going. It's not gonna slow down for you. It's not gonna slow down for me. It's not gonna slow down for anyone. It's gonna keep going. And so that means as it keeps going, you gotta keep evolving. The ones who are gonna win are the ones who are open-minded, adaptable, and unafraid to utilize and learn with new tools at their disposal. It's literally like a cheat code at your disposal, bro. So this is where you gotta have to ask yourself, are you gonna be the type to evolve with it, or are you gonna just make excuses? The choice is yours. You know what I'm saying? The choice is yours. That's just how I see it. I hope you guys actually took some type of value from this and actually see my perspective and where I'm coming from with this and utilize it to your advantage before it's too late. But yeah, man, that's about it for this video. If you guys found value from this, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I do have a school community that's going to be in the link in the description. You can check it out or not. I don't really care. Dream big and take action. I'm going to see you guys. Peace.